Samuel Little. The now deceased killer confessed in 2018 to killing two Macon women, Yvonne Pless in 1977 and Fredonia Smith in 82. After Little's confession, the County Sheriff's Office began working with the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council to confirm the killer's confessions, match the cases in 2019, and to identify Pless using forensic genealogy in 2022. The FBI names Little as America's most prolific serial killer. In total, he confessed to 93 murders, 8 of them were in Georgia. He began serving a double life sentence in 2014 on 3 homicide charges. Little died, though, in 2020. Bibb County Sheriff David Davis responded to the solved case, saying in part that the family members of Yvonne Pless and Fredonia Smith now have closure. He went on to add that he thinks with continued dedication, teamwork, and advancement in technology, we can bring that same closure to other awaiting families. You can read more about Samuel Little and his crimes in Macon on our website, WGXA.tv. After 2 days of testimony, a Houston County murder suspect has pleaded guilty during jury deliberations. District Attorney William Kendall says 22-year-old Ricky Martin Jr. admits to the 2021 murder of Gregory Arnett while trying to steal Arnett's car in a Walmart parking lot on Booth Road. Martin was with a 15-year-old accomplice when Arnett was shot twice, killing him. Both are sentenced to life with the possibility of parole.
In a murder case is getting a second look in a Baldwin County Supreme Court. Bobby Wood Jr. 2021 murder and aggravated assault conviction stemming from the shooting death of Aaron Skinner. Wood claims he felt threatened and Skinner was trespassing when he shot the man in his stomach outside his home on Fox Hill Road. Wood was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole, but argues the court made a mistake and he was denied the opportunity to cross-examine a state witness and that he has ineffective counsel. The state disagrees.
More criminals are getting away with murder, and the number of homicides being solved is dropping tonight. Angela Brown explains.
The latest data says around 50% of homicides are not getting cleared. When we talk about the clearance rate, in most cases that means someone has been arrested and charged. It does not mean a conviction.
The Unsolved Murder website, Ohio. Scroll down and you'll find Jaleel Carter Tate. His mother sat down with our Columbus, Ohio affiliate last year.
It's just too hard. It just hurts so bad.
Jaleel's mom, Tracy, may never see justice. Frustrating to retired Sergeant Betsy Smith, now the spokesperson for the National Police Association.
I have sat in court and held the hands of homicide victims' family members.
Fewer families are getting their day in court. The chances of solving a murder are
If you decide to commit a homicide, you have a 50% chance of getting away with it. It's scot-free.
The Marshall Project reporting the homicide clearance rate hovering around 50% in 2020. Some cities lower than that. NPR says Oakland, California at 36%. Baltimore police say Baltimore at 40%.
We've probably lost 10 to 11 experienced homicide detectives to promotion.
The Murder Accountability Project points to police underfunding. Smith also blames the lack of trust between police and the people.
It is just that terrible combination of the vilification of law enforcement, the police departments that are virtually all departments in this country are shorthanded, and the lack of experience.
The study published last year found the clearance rate for the homicide of minority men is 15 to 30% points lower than that of other racial demographics, young men like Jaleel Tate.
Clearances do not always lead to prison time. A 2009 DOJ report found in 75 of the largest counties, nearly one-third of people accused of murder were acquitted or had their charges dismissed. That's the most recent data on record that's available. In Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Brown.
With several outages and 2 decades of water infrastructure problems draining Milledgeville residents, officials are stepping up.
Today, the City Council discussed plans to dry up the problems in a called work session. Now, dozens of residents took their seats at City Hall to hear from officials and water engineers to find out what happened to the failed water pump that caused the city and over 100 150 businesses to be affected by low water pressure or sediments in the water.
Just 3 weeks ago, a citywide boil water advisory was issued, forcing many agencies like hospitals and schools to think on their feet and find alternative fresh water. But both the city manager and engineers said they could not commit to providing a timeline for completion of improvements until they get a better idea of what lies below.
The bones of the structure are really good. So the plant itself is in good condition, but there are a lot of mechanical things that are in there, pumps and gates and valves and electronics that are out of date and need refurbishing. So those are the things that are going to have to be replaced, and that's the major cost involved. So you're going to have to pay almost as much as building a new plant in order to refurbish what's there.
Among hearing frustrations from residents of misinformation being sent out about the boil water advisory being lifted early and lack of good communication to agencies, city officials pledged to be proactive moving forward.
Officials estimate the total refurbishing cost of the city's water plant will be around $50 million, although, as it stands, the city is currently losing 30% of the water that they produce.
Macon's paratransit buses could be a potential safety hazard for those that ride them, but one rider and advocate says he does not want the buses removed. Wade Horton is one of the many visually impaired in Macon, advocating for others and those with differing ability challenges.
He says he's hesitant to voice his concerns because he says doing so might cause the MTA to pull the buses not up to par with the Americans with Disability standards. And without backup buses accessible to those with physical challenges, it could cause a problem for them.
A person that has an extensive history working in transit would know that those buses should not be for paratransit use.
Horton says seatbelts fall into the aisles and that some buses do not have handrails. He says the buses do not meet the standards of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The mayor told Horton he was aware of the potential hazards and will be speaking with MTA to see what they can work out.
Parents in Houston County can expect to budget a little more money for their kids' lunches and breakfasts next year. The Houston County School District announces that schools will see their first price hike for meals for students since 2017. For elementary schools, meals will cost $2 for breakfast, lunches will be $2.75. In middle and high schools, breakfast will cost $2 and lunches will now cost $3.
The district says the price increases are required to stay in compliance with federal regulations. Almost 20 schools in the district will maintain their community eligibility provision sites, meaning all students receive free meals. For information on which schools will maintain free meals or how to apply for free or reduced meals, you can visit our website, WGXAnews.tv. This afternoon, the Piedmont-Macon Medical Center recognized the hard work of stroke survivors and showed their ongoing support with their 2023 Stroke Stroll. Survivors, their families, caregivers, and friends took a victory lap in the hospital's cafeteria while hospital staff cheered them on. After the stroll, the hospital debuted their Drive from Stroke Support Group for survivors. The group will meet from 1 to 2:30 on the third Tuesday of each month and will offer open dialogue among stroke survivors and serve as a platform for stroke education and awareness.
The risk for stroke is high blood pressure. Now, 2 women in the Georgia Department of Natural Resources are complaining about Forsyth's water. Our Gloria Ruth Finney spoke to them about their concerns.
All of this runs right up my property.
Cheryl Maganti says she's sick and tired of asking the city of Forsyth to maintain its overgrowth, creeping close to her property line.
It's just taking over the whole property, but see, they keep theirs cut right up to that.
But what began as a story about that quickly took a turn.
I don't drink the water here, never have. I just don't trust it, never have trusted it.
After speaking with Maganti and her tenant and neighbor, Lainey Corley, I quickly learned there may be more going on surrounding the city's waterworks. They say a representative named Joey from H2O Innovations came out and spoke with them yesterday about the overgrowth. That's when Corley brought up her concerns about the water in her home.
If you even cook with it, you're going to need to use distilled bullet. You will get diarrhea. And we quickly realized that it's a water thing.
She says clay and dirt come out of the pipes, and even with the filter on her sink, she won't even cook with the water without boiling it. She says Joey promised her the water was safe, so she offered him a glass.
He was trying to say that the water quality isn't that bad, and I asked him if my water is true and in fact coming from this plant into my home, and he is 100% confident in his water, then I want him to come over and have a glass of ice water with me. He declined the offer and drank his Culligan water out of the bottle.
But the Environmental Protection Division of the Georgia Department of Natural Resources says the city of Forsyth is in violation involving water sewage waste. 38 occurrences just since August 2018.
You know, there's definitely something going on with the water here in Forsyth. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I would like to figure it out so that it could be safe for everybody, for the wildlife and for the people here.
Corley says the H2O representative says if there's a problem with her water, it's caused by her pipes and not the city's problem. But Corley says she just replaced her pipes, and even with that, she says the city's water treatment services says it's still her problem.
WGXA has asked for comment from the city and they declined. So far, we have not received a response from H2O Innovation either.
President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy have a high-stakes meeting over the debt ceiling this afternoon, and the Republican speaker is urging some sort of action this week.
We can get a deal tonight, we get a deal tomorrow, but you've got to get something done this week to be able to pass it and move it to the Senate. We never wanted to be at this date, but for almost 100 days, the president ignored.
Running short to reach a deal, the White House has budged, agreeing to hold spending flat and raise the debt ceiling. Still, House Republicans want steeper spending cuts, and McCarthy is optimistic a deal can still be reached by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's June 1st deadline, when the U.S. will no longer be able to pay its bills.
On the bright side, economists at Goldman Sachs say the actual deadline may be a week later than June 1st, based on alternate calculations. That could buy some more time for Congress, which will need more time to write the bill, at least 72 hours to read it, and then they'll need time to vote on it.
While we haven't hit that June 1st deadline yet, we're still seeing some consequences from the uncertainty. A small drop on the markets Friday shows traders are likely nervous, but betting Congress and the White House will make a deal. But as we get closer to defaulting, borrowing costs could go up. That could hurt financial markets that are already shaky. Consumers may want to hold off on big purchases, and businesses may pull back in investments and hiring.
Republican Senator Tim Scott is running for the White House next year. Now, he announced his decision at an event today in South Carolina. In adding his name to a growing list of GOP nominees, Scott emphasized his poor upbringing and experience growing up the son of a single mother.
Live in the land where it is absolutely possible for a kid raised in poverty, in a single-parent household, in a small apartment, to one day serve in the People's House, and maybe even the White House.
Scott enters the fray having already raised a robust $22 million while attracting veteran Republican political operatives to his camp. Former President Trump is the biggest name so far to announce a bid.
Swing state voters are not pleased with their potential options for president next year. That's apparent based on a recent focus group conducted for the Washington Post. Among those who voted for former President Trump in 2016 but switched to then candidate Biden in 2020. 9 of the 15 participants say they would vote again for Biden. 3 say they'd go back to Trump, and 3 others say they'd either not vote or find a third-party candidate. Nearly every participant have negative emotions of Biden, especially when he appears on TV.
The Museum of Aviation in Warner Robins is celebrating the start of a new and historic project. The F-117, a Nighthawk, is an attacked aircraft that first took flight back in 1981 and was retired in 2018. The plane is on display at the museum for just 2 weeks before it's transferred to a restoration building to be brought back to its former glory.
So what you see now is just the beginning. It will go into about a year-long restoration process after it's been on display in the amphitheater for about 2 weeks. So we certainly invite the public to follow along with that restoration through our social media and website as well.
The museum will host a re-unveiling of the aircraft after the project is complete. You can check out the pre-restoration display until June 4th, Monday through Saturday from 9 to 4.
Good news for students in Houston County. The district is giving students a jump start to their summer break. The school district announced that the last day of school this Wednesday will be a half day. There will be no after-school activities either, but buses will run as normal, just earlier. High schools will get out at noon, middle schools at 11:30, and elementary schools at 12:30.
And with school out for summer in a few days, the Salvation Army is getting ready for its annual sale to help put them kids in summer camp. The rummage sale gets underway Friday at 10 in the morning at the Salvation Army Food Center on Broadway. The money will be used for the Grandview Summer Camp, which starts in July. The camp takes place in Jasper every year and gives 35 kids from low-income families the chance to make some new friends, enjoy some fresh air, and camp fun while learning self-reliance.
And calling all gardeners and those with a green thumb, the gardens at Brookdale are looking for some help. You can join others in the community helping newly planted blueberry bushes get much needed love and attention by coming out to the gardens tomorrow night. Volunteers will be spreading mulch around the bushes, all while getting a quick class in the benefits of mulch. Registration is required, but there is still time to sign up as the class starts in just a few minutes at 6 o'clock.
And those plants will be getting their fair share of waters. We do have a lot of showers and storms throughout the day tomorrow. Like we had today, it was a very damp and soggy day. We're going to continue that straight into tomorrow as we have a stalled out front over top of us. We will begin to dry out on Wednesday, and that means it's going to be looking really good as we get further into the weekend. For Memorial Day, likely the rain should be holding off and temperatures very comfortable in the low 80s. Today, though, we are well below average, and we do have some scattered showers still out there. Most of us are dry at this point. We still do have a lot of clouds in place, but we do have kind of this one pocket of some steadier storms, especially in most of our southern counties over Sumter County right now, Americus, and over down into Crisp County, Cordele, getting some of the light showers. This is the most steady rain that we have across our area right now, but a wider view on satellite and radar. Notice that we still have a lot of clouds over the state today. Showers and storms firing up. Notice the line of storms kind of moving over towards Alabama and into the panhandle of Florida. That's kind of that front that's stalled out over top of us and gave us a lot of rain for today. Gray right now is the winner for the total rainfall. Got over an inch of rain so far. Macon so far has about a ½ inch of rain. Warner Robins, a quarter of an inch of that rainfall totals. So there has been definitely a wet day, and then we will see a lot more rain for tomorrow as well, as that front is stalled over us. For the rest of tonight, we will have the clouds in place. Overnight low around 62 degrees. A few showers here or there, but tomorrow stepping out the door, you're really going to want to grab the rain gears. We're going to have another very unsettled day with lots of clouds. That's Tuesday. Tomorrow at 7 in the morning, some scattered showers around through the afternoon. Still got some of those showers out there, so definitely a good idea to take the rain gear and the umbrella for when you're walking around. And then by 9 o'clock tomorrow, it will be mostly dry, a few damp areas, but it's really not going to be a great day to do activities outside with lots of clouds. With all these clouds and showers, likely going to have one of the coolest temperatures we've had in almost 6 years. We're forecasting a high tomorrow of 69 degrees. The last time that we didn't make it into the 70s in May was back in 2017, 6 years ago, but it is rather average that we get one day below that 70-degree mark, so it's not rather uncommon that we see this, but we haven't got it in a while. And these are the highs for tomorrow. Most of us not hitting that 70-degree mark. 69 in Macon, 65 in Butler, 68 in Sparta, and 66 degrees for the high in Hawkinsville, running around 18 degrees below average. And then we get to dry out and the temperatures will begin to rebound by Wednesday. A few isolated showers, but Thursday right into Memorial Day weekend, we should be staying dry. A great weekend for any of those plans. So in your 10-day forecast tomorrow, periods of rain developing, the high only 69 degrees, 18 degrees below average. Grab the umbrella and the rain gear. On Wednesday, we begin to dry things out and rebound the temperatures. Some isolated storms around, especially south of Macon, 76 degrees. And then the rest of the work week looks nice. Mostly sunny to sunny conditions, 80 and 81 degrees. Heading into Memorial Day weekend, we still got plenty of sunshine out there. Sunday, mainly sunny, 80 degrees, lower humidity. Sunday, plenty of sunshine, 80 degrees also. Still running a few degrees below average, but it's going to be very comfortable. And for Memorial Day next Monday, looking pretty nice too, 82 degrees for the high. Lastly, here's your Harrison's Body Shop Fish and Game forecast. Peaks at 5:20 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Today I'm here again at All of Our Animals in Macon-Bibb County. I'm joined today with Allison and Lisa also. And guess who we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about Frenchie today.
Frenchie
is 1.5 years old. She is sweet, loving, a perfect house pet for anybody with children, anything. She just wants love. And see how calm she is?
Very
and she
calm.
walks nice on a leash, and she's somewhat pretty quiet. So if you're interested in a dog, oh, she can't be more than maybe 35 pounds, and she's beautiful. Perfect dog.
And about how old is Frenchie?
She's about 1.5.
About 1.5.
Yes.
Okay. You see, she's very calm. I think would be really good with kids. Put her out in the backyard, let her run, play with the kids. So if someone would like to adopt Frenchie, how do they go about doing it?
You go to the Facebook page of All About Animals Rescue in Macon and message one of our volunteers, and they will eventually get right back to you, usually pretty soon.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's find Frenchie a really good home today, folks. Thank you so much, Allison and Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you. Scientists think they have found out what draws mosquitoes to humans. The scientific report published Friday reveals the different chemicals and body odor that attract the blood-sucking insects. To do this, researchers built an ice rink-sized testing arena and pumped in the scents of different people for hundreds of mosquitoes. Researchers found that mosquitoes were most attracted to airborne carbolic acid. Yeah, I don't know. Including a compound present in stinky cheeses such as Limburger. At the same time, the insects seem to be deterred by the chemical which is eucalyptol, which is present in plants. They believe the study could one day help in developing mosquito lures or repellents. Are you guys prone to mosquito bites? Do you guys get a lot of mosquito bites?
I used to get them a lot when I was a kid. Like when we went down to the beaches, we would like get a lot of mosquito bites, but I feel like the older I got, the less they would like attack me. I don't know if I got used to it or they like
you might
started
have
hating me.
eucalyptol, I think is what
Eucalyptol? I
Yeah.
have all the chemicals in my body. I don't know.
I just, I don't even know what to say.
I think sometimes he says things
lost.
that catch us so off guard. That
I
we're
know, I was like, I just
uh,
stumped you guys for the mosquito chemicals.
I can't.
Mercifully, we're out of time, but we do thank you for joining us.
Saved by the Bell.
Like and subscribe.
We invite you to join us at 6 on ABC 16.